space. Let's try that again. G'day, everyone. Had the old mic muted. How are we doing? Nismo in chat and Kiwi in chat at the moment. But yes, we are doing this. We are doing this. Big morning in the old GT7 world. No camera today, but we've got our little advertisement in its place. Nismo, how are you doing? So, yes, for those unaware, I'm sure you're probably well aware, but I will say anyway, for those maybe watching in the future, there was a GT7 State of Play by PlayStation this morning, released as a live stream. We've got about half an hour of brand new footage, brand new features, brand new cars. It's all confirmed. And yeah, we're all basically just collectively jizzing as a community. So, you know, there's a lot going on, a lot to talk about. And I wanted to basically just do exactly that, talk about it. So we're going to have this little stream today. The legend himself. Hello, Kiwi. Welcome, welcome. All right, so what I've done is I've ripped the video off YouTube so I can play it in VLC, nice and smooth, not wasting any of my internet. It's not a waste, is it? But all my internet can be focused solely on getting the stream out there. The other thing, there'll be no sound, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure there's copyrighted music, so we're not going to be having the sound. But we can certainly look at the pictures. Or, yeah, I don't really know how else to get around that. The sound would be useful, but unfortunately, fortunately, no pictures. I'll tell you what, actually, what I might do is, even though I have ripped that, maybe just give me a second. I'm just seeing something, because what might be useful is if we can actually if there's subtitles. There are subtitles. Okay. Change of plan. We're gonna use the stream because there are subtitles. Alright, but I think we get started, don't we? I think we get started. Or at least I'm going to put my headphones on. Cool. I don't think you can hear that, but I can. That works out. Alright. Let's just do that. Alright, let's do this, hey? G'day, Loopy, not you too. Yes, me too. I want to talk about it, so that's what we're doing. So, like, what I want to do is sort of, like, we can pause and have a look at the cars, like RX Vision, Maserati Gran Turismo, Pagani Huayra, GR Yaris. I don't know what this car is, but that's alright. Nismo, I think you got excited over this. I think you got excited over that, Nismo. See, I don't know what the significance is per se, personally, but I know some people are quite excited over that. Looks like the Group 3 road car version of the Mustang. 25th anniversary Countach F50. Cobra in the background. But we saw this trailer when they announced the state of play. There she is. Dibs on the Countach. I only did a very quick skim of the video, haven't watched it properly. Oh, mate, you're in for a treat. So I did pull the video from YouTube, and I was going to go in a VLC, but I decided let's go subtitles because we can't have the sound. So I was immediately very happy to see this car. I've seemed to have developed a bit of a love for BMW, especially their older cars, just very recently in the last couple of months. So, like, I was really happy to see that. Looks like the new Swift model there as well. That car looks cool. I mean, oh, that's an old, looks like an old Mercedes. It could also be the Aston Martin DB5. I find it interesting, this car here with the rear wing, a nice, see, I don't know all the cars, so. Scotty, hello. When I grow up, I want to be Smokescreen. The old school 3.0 CSL is a massive plus. Oh, yeah, the old BMWs, man, they just absolutely do it for me. Scotty, how nice of you to be able to catch a stream live, too. You're over in America, right? So I have to stream in the morning for you to be able to see RX-8. That's what it's called, RX-8, which is a good addition. Exactly. And we get a lovely showcase of all the new liveries on the race cars as well. So new white McLaren, a much more minimalist Audi R8 design, which I find to be a lot cleaner and a lot nicer than the one that's on the car. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the new Ford GT in Group 3, which will be really nice. But yeah, I do like a minimalist design on occasion, and we've had that Audi R8 livery for so long. Black thing in the back is a Porsche 356. This is the good thing about the stream, because I'm absolutely happy to go back and have a look. This thing here, white RX-8, yep. Definitely gives me, if that's what you're referring to, it definitely gives me old school Mercedes front end vibes before Porsche, but maybe it's the thing behind it. Oh no, it's red. There was sort of a good frame just before. See, the reason I did this in VLC is because you can easily go frame by frame, which I don't know how to do here. I'm definitely leaning more towards Mercedes, because I'm beginning to see, like, the logo there. Nah, it could be 300 SL, yeah. I'm not a fan of the GR86 styling, I'm not going to lie. Especially the back end. I don't like the back end. But that's just me. The new Renault livery with the yellow and black, paying more homage to the F1 team colours of old, I guess. It's Alpine now, isn't it? Who else we got? Jack in chat. G'day, how you going? Jester, still no info on multiplayer. Yeah, that was the biggest thing I took away from it. We'll talk about that more. Oh, we'll talk about it now. Why not? That's a Merc, 100%. Yeah. Also, hello to Rizmo Hanzo. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the thing about multiplayer is they might be They might be sort of limited by a contract, maybe with FIA or some kind of contract. I'm not sure, maybe. But then also I've got the other mentality that I don't mind. New Nissan, the Pennzoil Nissan. We saw that in previous trailers. Yeah, behind the Renault. What's the boo on the Swift? Behind the Mazda even. Yeah, all good. See, I don't necessarily mind if they don't reveal a multiplayer. I'll be disappointed if they don't show a multiplayer and then when the game comes out, we don't get a good multiplayer. That will be disappointing. But if they don't advertise the multiplayer but then bring us a really good multiplayer, I don't mind that because it keeps some element of surprise kind of thing. It gives us something to discover when the game actually comes out, because obviously after today, we've had a lot shown, we've had a lot revealed to us. You know, it's not going to be a surprise when the game does come out, whereas maybe multiplayer can be that big surprise. Haven't really watched any of the other trailers. All good. No worries. Yeah, well, we can go through all of it. So it's going to be a Group 3 car. From the looks of it, yeah, because it's all Group 3 here. Absolutely. And then you've got this in here. I don't necessarily mind. They might do a multiplayer trailer. That's the other thing. It's such a big deal that that it might have its own trailer that we have to look forward to. Now the BMW, I think that'd just be the M6 we've got. But yeah, it's all Group 3 here with the Nissan there. So that's interesting, isn't it? Tez. G'day, Tez. How you going? Did you watch this live? This? Okay. I didn't see this when I first looked at the trailer. But this screen, I freaked out. I absolutely freaked out when I looked at this because of one thing. Bang. DMC. So that is going to be the DeLorean. And I freaked right out. I freaked out when I saw that because, for those who don't know, DeLorean is my dream car, my number one, and I think it's kind of attainable, not gonna lie. So having that in the game was having that in the game is going to be a big deal for me. They've got what appears to be Audi R8 LMS Evo in the new version. Maybe it is a completely new car. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Notice no Pontiac. Yeah, Mistah MCA will be sad about that. But they definitely said that more vehicles will be added in future updates, and we saw that in GT Sport with new manufacturers coming in updates. Like Tesla comes to mind. It wasn't in release, but we got the Model S. So, you know, we shouldn't write off Pontiac, especially with all the Trans Ams they do. But yeah, what else? We've got the Eckert's Rod and Custom, so that'll be the Mac 40, I'm assuming. It's no longer going to be in a Gran Turismo manufacturer, quote unquote. I don't know what this is. CHC, I'm assuming, is supposed to be. That'll be the Greddy Fugu Z. Chaparral, are we gonna... Oh, we've got the 2J, don't we? DeLorean had better time travel, I know. But yeah, no, I freaked out at that. I didn't see it on my first watch through. I went back and saw it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I get to drive my dream car in GT7 with, like, I'm gonna say semi-realistic physics, which will be really good. We have Tesla here again as well. And we can look on the next page. I mean, there's nothing new there, really. Amuse has its own place. BBS has its own place. And then we can have a look here. BAC, I was excited to see that. Turismo Hanzo, you want Lotus back. So you got to find Lotus an interesting one because it was in the GT Sport beta. So, like, they have access to the cars. It's just, I think I've heard it's a licensing thing. I think Lotus's licensing is too expensive for for Gran Turismo, so they just go, oh, it's not really, your cars aren't really that worth it. But I definitely think they should just add them in. Like, there are plenty of Lotus enthusiasts. But this is interesting. AMG has its own spot, which is good. We have, yeah, Porsche and Roof. Is it Roof or Ruff or Roof? I don't know. Lewis Hamilton as well. So the Lewis Hamilton partnership continues. Yeah, Radical as well. How good's that? I associate Radical mainly with iRacing. New Porsche logo. Oh yeah, they doesn't have the shield in GT Sport, does it? It was removed from the Austin Healey purchase. But yeah, I find the Lewis Hamilton thing interesting because we saw a lot of sort of Red Bull partnership towards the end of GT Sport life. Oh, Austin Healey wanted to renegotiate the prices and GTS said no. Well, there you go. It's just sort of a interesting little bit of information, isn't it? I think Lotus definitely just deserves a spot here. It seems very clear to me, but there's obviously more going on in the background that we're not aware of. But you can find footage of Lotus in GT Sport Beta on YouTube. You definitely can find it. Right, we get further down. Obviously nothing really new here. That'll be Ferrari. Imagine Lewis makes his own rival to the Red Bull X Series. The LH. Oh, there is the LH44, that Mercedes VGT that you get a reward for beating all his times in the Lewis Hamilton DLC, but like obviously that's not a Red Bull X rival. But like maybe they could make something like that, the LH44 something. Yeah, nothing really that new here. We get the Brembo sponsorship here, though. I mean, what else? It's hard to see with the subtitles, but there's a new Peugeot logo. A refreshed, modernized lion head. DS, so that'll be the Citroen's performance brand. Alpine or Alpine. Hey, good evening, Tommy. How's it going? And it looks like that Renault logo is updated. And then this is where things get really cool. Because they say over 400 cars, and like we get good close-ups of some good ones here. The old GTR, or the old GTR, I guess. The Hyundai road cars, more Nissans, Jaguar VGT, LaFerrari, the Lamborghini VGT, so that'll be in game on release, I'm assuming. I wonder what's in Brembo. It'll be just like a sponsorship brand central thing like we see with Michelin in brand central in GT Sport. It'll just be just history, just like Tommy says. It'll just be just the museum, I think. And then BMW's down the bottom, but it continues to zoom out and we get a view of a lot more cars here, which is, let's see how many I can get. That's the Fugu Z, Jag D-Type, Aston Martin DB5, Aston Martin, I don't know what that one is. It's not the 177, is it? 2013 Group 3 GTR, you're not happy. Not happy. It's a very old Group 3, isn't it? I'm assuming you then want a new Group 3 car for Nissan, right? Am I interpreting that correctly? DBR9, Lancia Delta Integrale, Demio, Diablo, looks like the Dino, Ferrari Dino. Looks like the front end of another Fugu Z. So some of these are repeated. Oh, I'm not going to go through the whole lot, but you can have a look there. That's the FXXK FT1 road car from the looks of it there. Is there anything else that's new? See, I'm interested in BMW. I'd love to see a lot more BMWs because we have the old M3, but we had that in GT Sport. Looks like the M3 GT, but we have that in GT Sport as well. Literally could get the 2018 or the newer GTR, but nope. I think it's definitely time for a new GTR, isn't it? I'm with you there. It's a very old car, and it's basically what's representing the face of GT3 Nissan in the game. Like, it's going to be the manufacturer flagship. I think it definitely needs a refresh. Got this weird Project Honda car again, which we never saw used. And that looks like the Honda VGT front end. Nah, none of these are repeats. Oh. Oh, okay. It's the regular Datsun. I gotcha. But this is the full version. They say over 400, and I counted. I think there was 20 cars across and 20 cars down. So that makes 400, obviously. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah. So, but it looks like there's more cars above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this looks like the full car list, I'm not going to lie. Honda 2 and 4, that's it. A lot of cars need an update in GT3, GT4 lineup, even if it's just facelift reskins. Well, I think we'll get some new liveries, which will be nice. It'll give the cars a refresh, but honestly, where's the GTR? Is it behind there now? It had the same livery. But I find it interesting because this looks like the full car list then. Like, I think it's a safe assumption to make. Over 400, and we have a 20 by 20 grid here of cars making 400. Well, it's saying over 400, so maybe it's not quite the full car list. But, like, if we have a close look, it looks like 3 of the same car there, but maybe it's like the 458 road car, the 458 GT3, and the 488. I'm guessing they probably all look similar enough. But there's one car on this screen that just had me freaking out. Here it is. Definitely the DeLorean. No mistake about it. So I've sort of calmed down a bit over it now, but I was freaking out before. Absolutely freaking out. Because that is the dream. That is the dream. But oh, it looks like a couple of older BMWs there. So that's nice to see. And Plymouth Roadrunner. I like the look of that car too. And then I can see double Nissan S13s. I was going to say the same thing, although it does look like this has a rear wing on it. And that one doesn't. So this might be like a road car and then a performance version. One's the road car, one's the touring car. Yep, Nismo's got it. So I definitely looked at this before, saw 3 Ferraris in a row. I didn't look too much deeper than that, and I was like, oh yeah, some of these are repeats. But no, I think they are all different, like Nismo says. We have the GT40 coming back. Get PTSD from that car with the race coming up on Saturday. Goodness me. But is there anything else that's interesting there? That looks like the Chaparral 2J. And the Chaparral 2X. Now we know what to get you for Christmas. Oh man, if someone gives me a DeLorean for Christmas, a different color would have been nicer. Well, I'm sure there'll be other paint schemes available when you buy the car. And there's an updated livery editor. That looks like a new car. Don't quite know what it is. A die-cast DeLorean. No, the real thing, mate. But yeah, there doesn't appear to be too much else that's interesting here. I love how we've got the BMW i3, but not the i8, which is obviously the much more interesting car. The two super formulas are there, Honda and Toyota, I'm going to assume. Actually, is the Willys Jeep there? Is the Willys Jeep here anywhere? Give us carbon fiber and paint schemes, please. Ah, haha, we'll get to that. We will get to that. You're going to like what you see. But I think we can move on. It's saying over... I was saying for the two Silvia S13s, they're similar in this pic. Yeah. They are similar. But I wouldn't go so far as to say that they're going to be the only paint schemes available on the car. Or actually, maybe they could be, because they're shown in the same colour here. But, I don't know. Haven't seen the Jeep. Yeah, there's definitely some cars missing, but that's fine, because they say over 400. This is a 20x20 grid, which makes exactly 400, so I'm assuming some of the real historic classics aren't here. I see a Prius. There's also a Toyota Aqua in there somewhere. We get to see that later, but let's move on. Here we go. We get to look at some tracks now. So, 10 locations in America, 15 in Europe, 9 in Asia, Oceania. It's below the tundra once it zooms out more. Well, I want to have a look. Oh, good spot, mate. Really good spot there. Let's wait for that overlay to disappear. It doesn't disappear when it's paused, does it? Oh, yeah, that looks like an old Renault Turbo to me. The Alfa Romeo. So the interesting cars are up the top. Look at that. What's this up here? It looks like a shield grill. Shield-shaped grill. See, I love the old stuff. I love old cars way more than new cars. I'm definitely an old car guy. Yeah, good spot, Kiwi. That's really solid stuff. I really wish this overlay would disappear, because I'm not going to touch the mouse. It should disappear after a couple of seconds, and it simply doesn't. So this is kind of why I wanted to go over to VLC, but it's okay. We want the subtitles. They're more important. Yeah, there's the Red Pig. Older Mercedes models. That looks like is that going to be the Ferrari P4 or something? The best car added is the Auto Bianchi, not even a question. I don't know what that is up in the corner. And then we can look down the bottom to find some more cars. That looks like the Time Attack Isle of Man Subaru WRX. Oh yeah, and there's the Willys Jeep. But yeah, no, very good spot. But let's have a look at this. So we've got 9, 15, 10. So whatever that adds up to. And we get to see, actually, available circuits. So Goodwood, Brands Hatch, Nürburgring, Alsace, Maggiore, Sardinia Road Track, Monza, Red Bull, Dragon Trail, Deep Forest. Auto Bianchi A112. Can't wait to make that into an absolute monster. Look at that. So, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 dots. So that's right, although there's 2 dots here. 7, 8, 9, 10, actually, yeah. There's only 10 labels, but 15 dots. Like, that doesn't have a label. So I'm not sure what the go is with that. Maybe it's like tracks that aren't unlocked yet. So Deep Forest is in Switzerland. I never would have guessed that. Never ever would have guessed that it's in Switzerland. But there you go. 34 locations. So 10 plus 15 is 25, plus 9 is 34, right? All right. They've convinced me there. Atom confirmed. But hang on, let me have a look here. I want to see how many layouts we have in GT Sport. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 58. That's not including reversible. So I would say this, yeah, I would say there'd be the same amount of layouts on each track. Le Mans, Alsace, and are we looking in France? Yes. Le Mans, Alsace, and well, that's going to be Alsace. That's probably Le Mans because it's Circuit of the South. Good point. What would that track be? Is there an obvious French circuit we're missing out on? Like one that we should be able to guess that we're not? I'll tell you what. Let's go, would be cool if they included the combined Dragon Trail. Yeah. No, what's it called? I'm just having a look. Look, you can look at this. Just having a look at I may need to dip away, but catch you later on. No worries, Nismo. It's all good. All good. Like, I'm just having a look here because, like, is that definitely in France? It's definitely in France, isn't it? Yeah, it's this bit here. And I thought Paul Ricard, but it looks a little bit too far north to be Paul Ricard. Let's go. Let's see exactly where this is. Ah. I'm mistaken. So I made an assumption there that Circuit of the South would be in the south, but it's actually going to be Circuit of the South because it's slightly south of Le Mans, I'm assuming. So there you go. So Le Mans is this one here. But yeah, what is this one? Because Alsace is here. Whoa, whoa, not Paul Ricard. No, I'm just throwing ideas out there, you know. You can have fun with it. You can all throw out ideas. I'm just having a look in the GT Sport track list that I've got. See if there's just any obvious ones that we're missing. I mean, it could be a fictional track as well. Where's, So Deep Forest is in Switzerland. Where's Trial Mountain? Is that in the USA? Sainty Croix! Bingo, mate. You've got it. Well done. Oh, Kiwi, mate. You are on absolute fire. It's Sainty Croix. Of course it's Sainty bloody Croix. Oh, I mean, where the hell is it going to be in relation to the map? Yeah. Looks like it's this region. It looks pretty far north, but I guess the track itself can be the track itself could be a little bit further south. I like how they've tried to sort of show us where the tracks would be. Sandy Crocs. But yeah, no, good. Oh, bloody hell, Kiwi, you're on fire. We get to see. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, we'll go back to full screen. All right, so Asia, Oceania. What was it? 9 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Autopolis. Fantastic. Tez, Smoke should have known that. I should have known that. You're right. You're absolutely right. Oh well, it happens. Suzuka, Broadbean. What a stupid track. That's going to be Kyoto Driving Park. Tsukuba, Tokyo, Fuji, Mount Panorama, of course. High Speed Ring up in Japan. Okay. Would love some more Italian tracks. Imola, Mugello, Vallelunga. Yeah, the track list does look a little bit light, I'll be honest. Fast Killer, welcome to the stream. Do you think there'll be a limit on performance tuning? Like, my little car won't be as fast as a fully tuned... Won't be far... Wait, oh my goodness, I can't read. Do you think there will be a limit on performance tuning? Like, my little car won't be as fast as fully tuned... Won't be as fast fully tuned as a stock Lamborghini. Oh my goodness, I got it out eventually. Good grief. It's impossible to say at this stage. I think... I don't know, some of the tuning can get pretty crazy. So, it's definitely one of the ones where we don't know until we experiment with the game. But yeah, there's nothing... A high-speed ring, but I don't really find that track too interesting. I know I've probably just committed... Probably just said something really controversial then. Special stage Route X, we need that. Well, if we have a look down the bottom here, it shows you what tracks are available. See how there's 6 of 10 locations? So you got Blue Moon, Laguna Seca, Willow Springs, Trial Mountain, Northern Isle, and Daytona. That's 6, isn't it? So these tracks down here are only the ones you've unlocked. I mean, that sarcastically, they can bin that track. See, the thing about Special Stage Route X is I don't think it should be used in racing, especially in Gran Turismo where Slipstream is so strong, but I think it deserves a spot in the game because it gives players a good place to test top speeds and stuff, and I think some players can be really interested in that. So, I think it's okay. I think Special Stage is okay to have in the game because at the end of the day, it doesn't really affect anyone else. So there's 4 locations they're missing. We can have a look, and I happen to know that all disappears. So a lot of tracks on the west coast there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's not forget the little 10th dot down here for Brazil. So that's going to be Interlagos, obviously. That'll be Daytona, Northern Isle. Some great US tracks that would be good additions. If we got oval-related cars, the ovals would make sense. Yeah, like Northern Isle, I don't understand Northern Isle, to be honest. It's such a short oval. We don't have NASCARs or whatever you normally race at this track. So it feels like just a wasted spot because it's so short. Road America, Virginia International, Road Atlanta. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of tracks they could add. And I've had this conversation before. I absolutely would not mind at all. I would not mind one bit, like paying some amount of money for a good track pack. Like, I'd absolutely do it. Like, if they're like, oh, licensing is an issue, like, you know, prompt us to spend some money because those of us that really love the tracks are going to pay pretty much whatever. But there you go. That's going to be Interlagos. What would this be? Obviously, it's a lot it could be. So that's going to be Trial Mountain there. That'll be Willow Springs. This will be Laguna Seca. That'll be Blue Moon Bay. So we've got this dot here, this dot, and this dot to work out. So let's have a look. Let's delve into the old book of knowledge that I've got. Because, yeah, we got Willow Springs. But that'll be this one here, I reckon. Daytona is a pleasant addition. I think that's definitely a good track to add on release. Has Daytona been in any other older Gran Turismos? Because Sport is the first one I've actually played. Track Pack would be a good DLC. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. And I'd be happy, like, if they say, here's six tracks. Here's 6 really good real-life circuits. And, you know, they try and extract $30 out of each player. I would pay $30 in an absolute heartbeat. I know it sounds a bit expensive, but I think they could definitely charge that much. Oh, Blue Moon Bay. Oh, that's there. I'm stupid. What else? What else is here? Oh, okay, yeah, some rally circuits. Fisherman's Ranch and Colorado Springs will be there, I reckon. I hope Daytona has all of its configs. We definitely have the infield course, like the road course. But yeah, maybe there should be the oval. Road course, motorcycle, oval, yeah. There'll be Fisherman's Ranch and Colorado Springs, definitely in there. Hey, hang on a minute. Oh, Special Stage Route X is in USA, apparently, as well. Hang on a goddamn minute. Is this Spain, this country? That's Spain, right? Nah, no red dots over Texas. What track would be in Texas? That's Spain there, right? So no Cotas. Oh, yeah, Circuit of the America. Yeah, I didn't expect that anyway. That's definitely Spain. Oh, no, that's Belgium. I'm stupid. Where the hell's Spain? Here. Oh, that's Spain. Okay, so that'll be Barcelona. That's Belgium. I know, I gotcha. Spain's a lot bigger. So that'll be Catalonia. Bro, you're trolling. Shut up. I'm not that great with geography, especially in a continent I don't live in. Oh, I got chat going off after that. My god. That'll be Barcelona. But I still wanted... I didn't see any NASCAR. Yeah, no, I don't think there'll be NASCAR. On release, at least. Yeah, no dots over Texas. Yeah, there won't be COTA, but it'll be like, I don't know, like special stage Route X or something, and then, I don't know, Colorado Springs and, Fisherman's Ranch or something. That's all good. Out here doing geometry instead of geography. I really walked into geography class with a protractor. But yeah, more shots of Trial Mountain. We won't hang too long on Trial Mountain. I like this shot. Like, this looks really good. We were having a discussion in Atom's Discord server about, like, how cool would it be to, like, cruise with traffic? I don't think it'll happen, but I want to drive this bus. Don't come at me. Well, Europe combined is about the size of Texas, just saying. Yeah, a lot of concentrated countries in Europe, hey. That's Nürburgring. High Speed Ring. I'm not that thrilled by High Speed Ring, I'll be honest. Alright, interesting. Let's have a look. So we've seen sort of a similar picture to this in some of the last trailers. Pedro, I'm not self-advertising here. Just want to share with you guys. I'm so hyped. No, mate, you're all good. Everyone's hyped. That's not even self-advertising. If you were here posting your own stream link, that would probably be self-advertising. But You can absolutely come in here and tell us how hyped you are. You're all good. Lovely unicorn. If it isn't the loveliest of unicorns. Bus racing, hey? Let's get, one make bus in Nations Cup. We do the Samba bus on Nerb for the lulz. I've actually got to do that anyway on GT Sport because I lost the Z4 challenge, but that's a story for another time. But yeah, he said just there, actually. More tracks and cars will be added in future online updates. I could do Top Gear airport vehicles. I want to get the Boeing 747 in Gran Turismo 7. Hopefully that comes in an update. Buses v trucks. There would totally be a load of people that would love to race buses. I'm down. There you go. Look at that. There's a market for it. Let's see if we can guess all these. So that'll be settings. That'll be the used car dealership. That'll be the museum. That'll be where the FIA events are held. Tuned bus with an aero kit. Let's go. Yeah, I want to put a massive wing on my bus. Lower the suspension. Put in some upgraded dampers, some Brembo brakes, BBS wheels. Let's go. Front splitter. Now we're talking. Oh, wait. Will that be the museum? Oh, that'll be like the museum that shows you the history of the cars, I reckon. This will be like the old car dealer. This would probably be Lobbies. Yeah, that'll be settings, GT Cafe, your garage, license tests, missions, Scapes, and like single race, and then discover. Look at that. I can't believe I got all that. And I like that the daytime transitions are on this map as well. Oh, look. They're highlighting them all. Showcase, World Circuit Scapes, missions, license. That's the cafe. Oh, we're not going to quite get to see that, are we? Nah. I think it goes over it later. Yep, you got it. It does. The thing I find a little bit strange is the people. Like, it's such a Gran Turismo thing, isn't it? There's the Toyota Aqua. If I'm recalling correctly, there's a Twitter page that's all about the Toyota Aqua. I'm surprised it hasn't tweeted yet. It hasn't tweeted. But the Toyota Aqua will be in the game. See, look at this integration here as well. Arcade, circuit experience, time trial, drift trial, custom race is all within the track. So in GT Sport, it's separate settings. It's a separate place. Like, you have to go into circuit experience and then all the tracks are there, but you go into the tracks and then choose what you want to do with the tracks. I think that's a little bit better. I'm just going to grab some water. Hang on. Alrighty. Looks like an '08 Yaris in NA. What? I just love this type of cars. More streamlined for sure. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. See, look, you click on the track and it brings up what you want to do with the track, which is good. And then it's just sort of, this is your single player, I'm assuming. Mazda Demio. I like how it I like how it really highlights um car collecting. It really shows that, because I think in previous GT games, a lot of players would try and collect all the cars anyway, but there wasn't like a good way to track the progress. We didn't get a lot of variants, and if we did, they were rebadges. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, you're talking IRL. Is there more to single player? It seems to be missions, missions, license tests, single races in here, and like cafe and collecting cars. That seems to be single player, and then the online stuff is sort of over here, like FIA. Well, that's your not that, but then lobbies are here, I'm assuming, and FIA. But like, where would daily races be? Maybe here. So it seems like this GT Cafe is going to be a pretty big thing. Looks like car acquisition is more rewarding. Exactly, yeah. I think that's good. Because, I think a lot of people want to collect all the cars, but now it gives you an actual way to track it. See, I like these inside shots too. I do like the inside shots of the cafe. It seems really classy to me. Smitty, g'day Smock. What's good? What's good, mate, is new Gran Turismo footage. Totally agree. Love the idea of saving money for a specific car and tuning it as you want, like old times. Yeah. GT Sport is definitely the sport game, the competition game, but it wasn't. I mean, I think Gran Turismo knew that as well, because they didn't call it 7, they called it Sport. They didn't put it in the lineage of the Gran Turismo games, because they kind of knew it's not a fully fledged old school GT, whereas this seems to be. And yeah, the inside shot seems really classy here. I like it. I forgot, there's also the older Bath 595 in that car list thing. I think the 595, maybe the 695. We only had the 500F in GT Sport. Cool. That's your thing, is that your thing, is it? Yeah, you love those type of cars, yeah. I think that we can get more than one reward I think that we can get more than one reward car a day, potentially, yeah. I like how it groups them here too. Couple of different generations of the 911. Um, yeah, and, oh, look at that. Yeah, you unlock a track from it. So you collect cars and then it unlocks tracks for you. It'd be nice for tuning to mean something. Bot ruins any tuning. It does, yeah. Look at that beautiful Porsche. So yeah, it's showing all that. It definitely wants to teach you. It wants to teach you about the car history too. I find that particularly interesting. I have a car spot Instagram page where I do basically the same thing. If I spot a car out on the road, I'll take a photo of it and share it with a bit of info about it. So yeah, go and follow me. You can see there at Smokes Car Spots. Okay, I liked this when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is cool. And sort of the same vein as the GT Cafe, how you're inside. It's like you're inside the shopping mall, which I find particularly classy. This fact I find interesting. Why is it? Oh, it's obviously turn of the century, but like, why? I'm assuming they've put the newer cars in Brand Central and the cars before 2001 over in the sort of the car museum. I'm guessing. Oh, mate, 22 viewers in chat. Hello, everyone. That goes all right. Like, this is cool. The thing that would polish this off for me was if there was some kind of free roam. I know we're starting to get into too much speculation, but like, how cool would free roam be where like you could have an avatar walk around? One track they have already got the info, etc. for, and speculated a couple of years ago, is the Isle of Man TT course. You reckon that could be a possibility? I think the Isle of Man is such a massive track. I think it's longer than the Nürburgring, even quite significantly. So it would be a massive track to have in the game. But look, if they got the info on it, and I can't see why they wouldn't end up using it. But look, I can't really say for sure. You shouldn't take what I say as gospel. This one got very metaverse, didn't it? I think Jimmy Broadbent tweeted, Kaz really out here simulating the whole universe. Which I laughed at, because he is. Kaz really out here playing God. I wonder how old it has to be for the used dealership. Oh, good point. Good point. See, I don't know if specific model year cars go into the used car dealership, because I think there's a used car dealership and also a museum. So I think the older cars, so like before 2001, will go into the museum, and then anything 01 or later will be in Brand Central, and then used cars are separate again. Like you could get a car with a little bit of mileage on it, or like a bit of work needs to be done. Maybe it needs a car wash and an oil change. It has a bit of mileage, and you can pick it up a little bit cheaper. I think that's the idea. I don't think the TT Isle of Man, it's difficult. Maybe a new tourist trophy would be cool, but that may be even harder to see. 37 miles. Did testing with Mark Higgins' race car we got in GT Sport. Newer cars in Brent Central, older in the used cars and classics in the museum. Right, okay. There you go. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, we get to see some Fords. Is there anything new? Shelby GT350R, was that in GT Sport? I don't know. I don't think it was. The Raptor again, that's okay. Ford Focus, looks like 2 generations of it. Or maybe it's the same generation and a facelift, who knows. I find interesting, you freak out looking at the credits, thinking 4.4 million, you're joking, but it's going to be, I think, it's the same in GT Sport. I think the Japanese versions of the game have a different currency, have a different in-game currency, so you earn a lot more credits, but like all the cars are more expensive. Even though there are also newer cars in the used cars. That's what I mean. I don't think there's going to be a specific time period of cars in the used car. I think any car can be a used car, because it gives you an opportunity to pick up a car a little bit cheaper. I think that's the idea of it, right? So I think it'll be I definitely think it'll be '01 or later in Brand Central, and then '01 or and then 2000 and earlier in the museum, and then used cars will be separate. One is an ST, the other is an RS. Oh yeah, true. There you go. Group 3 road car is actually going to be in Brand Central this time. You don't have to spend the mileage points like you did in GT Sport. And then the race cars are in here too. Sylvia. Oh, that's that car, I think. I don't think Nismo's here anymore, but that's the car I think he was excited about. And we get this museum thing again. We had this in GT Sport. I don't necessarily mind that. So you can absolutely, if you're an enthusiast of a particular brand, you can go in and have a look at all their history. So I think this is a nice thing to have. It's catering to a lot of players. All right. This is the used car dealership. Let's see. It does appear to be... Oh. To be fair, it does appear to be a lot of older cars. You know, 98. Is there anything before 98? There's another 98 there. But then we get to 71. So maybe that is a point. That is a point. Sylvia S15, great. I'm taking a 1-week vacation just to play this. I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm taking 10 days. I've got 10 days off work. I would have taken longer, but that's all my leave. I don't have any more leave for work, so if I was to take more, it would be unpaid, which is no good. Renault R5 Turbo. It's such a weird, unique styled car, but it's just got that classic look from 1980. I'm excited about this car. I love BMW. The 370Z is also new, or do I remember incorrectly? I couldn't tell you, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. And then the old Nissan there. Looks a bit like what the Fugu Z is based on. Oh, there's more. There's more. Old Porsche as well. We'll get rid of the subtitles. There's the Testarossa. So we speculated that from the old trailer that we saw. The preview to the state of play. It looked like the Testarossa, and there it is. The BMW 3.0 CSL. What a beautiful machine that is. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll be getting my hands on that one. Getting my paws on that one. But, Tommy, I think you do have a point, actually. Because it's all the older cars in here. There doesn't appear to be any new cars in here. So, I could be just flat out wrong. That's fine, though. We can all be wrong. We can be wrong. Alright, this is interesting then. I think I've just had an idea. I think the cars from 2001 or later will be available in Brand Central all of the time, but then anything from earlier in that, you have to either grab from the museum if it's a real classic, or you have to wait for it to come up in a used car dealership, as you would in real life. Wasn't the Aqua newer than '01, and wasn't it in the used? Well, mate, let's have a look. I'm absolutely keen to go back and... I think it's around here, right? 11. No, you're right. Yeah. Look at that. Honda Fit Hybrid 14, Aqua S11, Demio 15, Cooper '05, Swift '07. Yeah. Does that mean all the Group Cs will only be in the used car dealership? There's so many questions. It's a good thing, though. Yeah, it's a good point. Like, you don't know. Because I'm just trying to sort of work out, with the information we've got, just trying to work out how they might do it. Because you're right. That I don't think that would be right if you could only buy, like, the Mazda 787B in the used car dealership. That doesn't seem right to me. It would have to be road cars. I don't know anymore. Yeah. I've got the same attitude, Tommy. I got no clue. Darren Wood, g'day. What about A spec or B spec? I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm with you, Tommy. I don't have a clue anymore. Because, yeah, where would you go and buy the Mazda 787B, for example? Would that be in Brand Central? Or would that be over in Classics? Mine, goodness me. Valley Bagwell. Wait. Waiting. What? Also, those PP with decimal numbers send me crazy. They're getting really specific. They really want I really want you to know where your car sits. Now, this is where I find interesting. This is what I find interesting here. That looks like Miura. That looks like an old Ferrari. Don't have a clue what that is. Maybe a Dodge of some description. All right. Who said it? Kiwi. This may be where you can buy your old race cars, because there's the Porsche 917K, which we've seen in previous trailers up against Group 3 cars. And yeah, there's the that old beautiful Mercedes, Willie's Jeep, the CLK-LM. I hope GT7 plays well on PS4 because I can't afford a PS5 right now. Yeah. I think they say later in the trailer that the PS5 has ray tracing for the graphics. So the PS5 will have a graphics update. But yeah, I would assume if they're gonna make the game compatible with PS4, they will at least make sure it plays well. I don't think you should worry because, yeah, I think it would be really crap to have their game play crap on PS4, especially after making it a PS4, PS5 game, because you're going to have the people that go, well, I can just play it on my PS4, so I'm not going to spend the money on a PS5. But then if the game ends up running crap, they're just going to be upset. Java here, Yusupov. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. It's not a Ferrari, that's a Di Tommaso Mangusta. Oh, there you go. Prices are in yen. Yeah, I think the units are slightly different. It's a Japanese I think it's a Japanese currency. Because I just find all these cars in here beautiful. Are we back there again? Nothing new. I hope they add more classic tracks, hey. Oh, of course I pause it right as it clicks over, hey. So this is the circuit experience like we have in GT Sport. Can help you acclimatize to the new tracks. I think a lot of us will probably be doing that, hey. Technically, those prices look realistic in normal currency. They do, to be fair. They do, to be fair. Unless it's coded, I could see PS5 players on track before 4 leaves the pits, same as in GTS. Could mean an extra qualifier sometimes. Yeah, there's advantages to having a PlayStation 5 because you load and connect to lobbies quicker. But I think it will just be the same as how it is in GT Sport. Like, the PS5 players leave the pits first because they connect the quickest. It sort of just is what it is. How cool's the way that the cockpit moves around? Alright, this is interesting. Because that's multi-class, right? Group 3, Group 1. If I'm not mistaken. Scotty. Bit distracted there, mate. So what do we think of that? What do we think of that? Because I reckon that's 100% multi-class. Like, don't come at me. AI cars of your choice. So maybe, okay, maybe that's just in single player then. Who knows? AI cars of your choice. So it looks like you can choose your AI cars, but can you set up a multi-class, for example, in a lobby? I think maybe that's not quite confirmed then. Oh, that's Dragon Trail, of course. Look at the updated graphics, hey. It's so much more life. So much more life to the circuits than in GT Sport. Personalized races would be nice in single player. I think it's probably confirmed. I think you can expect that. See, look at this, by the way. That's Daniel Solis. That's PX7 Lamb. So he's actually been personalized and immortalized in a video game. I would say that's a pretty big dub for him. Oh my god, I got 39 viewers. Wow. G'day, everyone. Be sure to follow me. 500 subscribers and there's a face reveal. See, this is new as well. We get a drag. Oh, new for GT7 compared to GT Sport. Maybe it was in an older game. Was that Jesus? It basically is the GT Sport Jesus. Now, Danny Solis, World Tour driver. Really, really fast guy. But I think that's a good way to visualize your drag racing, because look at that. That car's just pulling away like no tomorrow. That GTO at the single exhaust. Hey, look at how updated and how much fuller this tire smoke is, by the way. See, drifting isn't my thing, but like when you're racing and you get a bit of an oversteer moment, you sort of get a little bit of tire smoke, but it's like a tiny puff. You can't capture it on a camera. It's a really poor effort. But like look at how full and how thick and luscious that smoke looks. So much more, just so much nicer to look at. Drag AI, what? Yeah, it seems to be. Let's listen to what they say about it. Or you can read what they say about it. Yeah, it looks like Drag AI. There you go. So they're really catering to everyone because they have the drift car in there. They got drag racing. They got a drag racing graphic, which tells me they put quite a bit of effort in. You know, because people love their drifting, people love their drag racing, people love their track racing, and we see later there's even more stuff for a different demographic. It's not really demographic. That's not the right word. Different group. Yeah, in GTS you get a slight puff, exactly. Like, look at that. Where the back of the car sweeps across the front. Like, look at it coming out from behind the tyre. Just as it does in real life. This is split screen, from the looks of it. Split screen isn't my thing. I prefer to just race online. But I think there's a market for split screen. That's fine. So you can drag race AI. Apparently, it looks like it. Alright. New lobby screen. New lobby screen. And they call it a meeting place, by the looks of it. So this is what open lobbies would be, I guess. Looks like the track. Notice how you can kind of make out the different, like the track goes over the top of itself, but you can kind of make it out a lot better here. So this is sort of being refined and crisp. Is that a word? Crispened up. But it's good. You can see the car they're in. A picture of the car they're in. Lobbies and meeting places. So I guess they're different. Time to repurpose the old PS4 with your second copy and not use split screen. I didn't see split screen get used at all, really, or very much in GT Sport. So that's a daily race. So I'm guessing we won't have daily races back. But they don't say where you find them. Because I can't imagine the daily races are going to be in, I can't imagine the daily races are going to be in the FIA section. We get a better look at some of the cars. There's the 300 SL. We were talking about that earlier. We saw that in the background. 300 SL. There's the BMW 3.0 CSL. But yeah, that's daily race. That'd probably be the first daily race you watch. So what's the category? I think it's going to be performance point limit, I think, for daily races, because there's no category like N200, N300. Looks broken after the docks. Drift head cam movement suggests VR. I want to look now. I think the head just moves with your steering input. I think GTS does that as well. You might notice in replays and stuff, he looks up in the mirror. Your driver will look up in the mirror when you look back. So I don't think that's confirmation, but I think we probably will have some sort of VR. Because we did in GT Sport, unless they deemed it not worth it. So yeah, they've mentioned sport mode. It's going to be a thing. All right, let's have a look. So this is the difference between PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 version. Because it's a lot, you can tell it's a lot more beautiful, isn't it? Like this, that just looks absolutely gorgeous. Like beautiful, just sheer beauty. Seems fixed camera on most clips. There's definitely more replay angles. We'll see those later. But like, look at the reflections. It's just... That looks so good. The fog is like sort of just interfering with that car a little bit. It is indeed beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, man. Oh, is that... Are they different generations of the Mustang, are they? Is that the idea behind that photo? Yeah, it is. That's the old Mustang, a newer, and then the newest. It's a nice photo. So when I get a PS5, I gotta get a new TV as well. I've got a PS5 and I didn't buy a new TV. I'm hoping there's gonna be a good graphics upgrade. All right. This is one of the things that I'm most excited for. Let's listen to what Kaz has to say. How beautiful does that look? Arturo, welcome to the stream. Excited for tuning. I'm sure you are not the only one. Oh, I think Yeah, the tuning in GT7 is going to be a big upgrade to what we've got in Sport. Look at that. Oh, that is just beautiful. I'm going to be stuck looking at the, I'm going to be stuck looking at the sky instead of the cars ahead of me. Also, it means the end of using shadows for breaking points. We have to work something else out. Yeah, Kiwi, this is exciting. Just you wait. Like, look at that. That's a day-night transition, right? Like, I'm not seeing things right. It's day. And then it's night. I can't wait to race in the nighttime while it rains. Yep. Because we've only got one track in GT Sport to do that, and that's Tokyo Expressway. But, like, I seem to have this vision of something I'd like to do when I get the game is, like, run a 24-hour Le Mans race online with other people with, like, real-time weather transition with a little bit of chance of rain in there, and it, like, runs from day to night. Oh, so good. So location based as well. You're gonna get weather sort of just like you do in the location. Don't forget the new racing wheel. You have a point there. Scotty, time for you to get a wheel, mate. Rain is not on all tracks in GT7. Yeah, no, that is... I would say that's probably the case, yeah. Alright, look at this, okay? Look, watch this. So it's daytime, right? It's getting darker. Look. The cars have a bit of a spray now. So the rain has hit. The track's getting wetter. It looks like a constant transition though. Like, obviously in real life, off the racing line is going to get, should get wetter faster. But it looks like if the track's getting wetter, the whole track gets wetter. And it looks like it does it at a constant rate. Because if you have a look, you can start to see some of the lines here. You can see this like wet puddle here. I hope the G29 will be compatible for PS4. It is. I have a G29 and it works perfectly on PlayStation 4. It also works on PlayStation 5. If it is a typo and you were meant to say 5, it does work on PlayStation 5 as well. Because like, look at this. There's still the lines. There's that puddle. And it's completely wet. Some of the lines are still there. So what it looks like to me is that while it's raining, the track is like uniformly wet. Does a dry line get created in the rain? Watch this, Scotty. The surface tends to dry from the areas that tend to dry first. Loopy, I don't see the point of dynamic weather unless it's an endurance
I'll
race.
keep you updated on the pace.
Oh.
Leave me alone, I know what to do.
Bertrand Skim, thanks so much. Thanks so much for subscribing. Did you like the Kimmy notification? Yeah, that's the thing about dynamic weather. If you have an 8-minute daily race, it's probably not worth it, to be honest. But what I'm hoping is that we see maybe 40 35, 40, 50-minute FIA races, in which case you probably can have one transition, like you start the race dry and it goes wet, or you start wet and it goes dry. It just adds an extra level to the simulation, I think, and it's just more stuff to think about. And it's a pretty revolutionary thing for Gran Turismo. So I can see why they put so much effort into it, and it opens up the possibility of actually running events on the game, like we see, like the Daytona 24-hour or whatever run on iRacing or Assetto Corsa or whatever, and Gran Turismo doesn't really have the ability to run such events, but I think with this dynamic weather, and if it appears to be real-time as well, I think it's 100% possible that we could get it, but I don't know for sure. But as for the dry line, Scotty, like, look, the rain ends, the surface starts to dry from the areas that tend to dry first. And you can see on this racing line here, it's a little bit drier. FIA is not in GT7. I think FIA have said they look forward to continuing their partnership in Gran Turismo 7. I think we'll see. I think we will see it in GT7, and I think that's partly why this last season, Road to GT7 is not branded as FIA, because I think FIA have begun their partnership with Gran Turismo 7, and perhaps for contractual reasons or monetary reasons, they can't be in both games at the same time. So I think FIA is going to come back, because they've put FIA drivers, FIA World Tour drivers for Gran Turismo in this game, so I can't imagine they'll completely end it.
Okay, I'll keep you updated on the pace.
Godzilla! Godzilla! Thank you so much for subscribing, mate. Really appreciate that. There we go. The areas with puddles remain the wet the longest. Sorry, I meant G29 for GT7. Yeah, I'd imagine it probably will be, because if it's compatible for... I think a wheel is more so compatible for a console. So, like, you can use your G29 on a PlayStation 5, and therefore you can use it on PlayStation 5 games. Lovely. Are you going to do the Road to GT7 races? I plan to, yes. I'm going to jump on and practice, because I'm pretty off the pace right now, but I've still got a good few days. I'm going to jump on later today. So, it does appear that while it's raining, there's probably not a dry line, but when the rain stops, a dry line forms as the track dries. Something I've discussed, with some of the in the Discord server I'm in. That's also in the description. If you wanna join that, have a look. The Atomites Discord. Be sure to jump in and have a chat with all of us. Something I was discussing is the dry line going to actually be based on where the cars run? Or is it a time-based thing where the racing line itself dries? And the reasoning behind that is that, for the most part, drivers will be on the racing line, therefore they can just make the racing line dry first, even if you don't drive on it. That's something I found a little bit interesting. Like, for example, a group of us could run a test on a drying track where we use the outside and then cut to the inside and use all this wet part and see what dries? Because I'm going to be pretty confident in that I don't think this dry line will form based on where the cars go. I think it's based on where the racing line is. So that it'll be interesting to see, and I also think it'll be a uniform. Like, see how it's half a track width. I think even if you've got one car going around using just a car width, I still think this whole width of track will dry up. That's what I reckon. Alrighty. Another new feature. So you get to see where the rain is. So I'm assuming the track is going to be at the point of the crosshairs here. So a generic drawing line, yeah. I think it's definitely going to affect the physics of the car, because I think that's confirmed. But it's just like, is it going to be specific to where the cars in that race are going, or is it just going to be it always dries on the racing line? But yeah, look at this. Wait what do they call it? Weather radar. There you go. So you got a rain strength indicator. So you could perhaps get monsoon conditions with this purple. But it looks like sort of just facing north, which is basically behind where this car is, so up here, north of the track, or is it going to rotate based on where you're facing? It doesn't rotate, does it? But look, it shows that there's going to be a break in the weather. A break in the weather. So you can perhaps plan a pit strategy or something, or you can see the rain coming and you might... you can plan your strategy based on what this rain is doing around you, because you might see a band of rain coming, but then an empty spot behind it. So some players might go, let's pit in for wets to get through this wet weather, and then we have to pit again for dries. But then someone else might go, I'm going to ride out this wet period on the dry tyre and avoid the pit stops. As much as I dislike driving in the rain, the radar is very cool, yeah. Should dry on the race line first. I think, yeah, it is. It'll dry on the racing line first, but I think what I'm trying to say is it going to dry on the racing line because the cars are always there, or is it just based on it being the racing line? Like, if we get a group of us together and drive exclusively off the racing line on the drying track, will the outside dry first? Should spice up no-stop races. Yeah, it's going to bring in so much strategy. Actually, something I find interesting here, look, I think there's a tiny spot of rain just on the crosshair, but for the most part, it's not raining. And if you have a look at the windscreen of this car, there's not really many water droplets going on it. Actually, there's something else I wanted to look at too. What? Look at this. Okay, I've just spotted something. In my, in the trailer, the previous trailer I looked at, I did a similar breakdown. I didn't do it live. I did it as a video. I speculated on what this indicator might be, and in the other trailer, I don't think it changed, but have a look at this. It changes in real time based on where you are on the track. See, look at that. And I think it's particularly apparent here. So, oh. So hang on, watch this. The racing line's here, right? So this it's a BAC mono, by the way. I think that's a cool addition because it's a pretty good track car. Slightly offline. Look at this surface indicator. Surface moisture indicator, we'll call it. 98%. We'll call it percent. Really wet. And like we're wide here. And as we come back onto the racing line here, look at it. It's gone down to 82. It's gone down to 82. And as we head through this right-hander here, we're slightly offline and it's sort of hovering around 70. We come right outside of the racing line here and it's 97. Look at this. We're right offline and it's 100% wet. So I think it's going to simulate and update in real time based on where you are on the track, just how wet the surface is. So I think this is going to be particularly useful so we know. It's going to be particularly useful because if you're heading into a braking zone, maybe going down the inside of someone, you can look at that and go, oh, it's really, really wet here. I'm going to have to brake early. Yeah. Yeah, Spitty, yeah. It's a water track percentage, so how wet the track you're actually on is. Yeah. And it updates here as well. Because I sort of speculated, is it going to be a percent chance of rain or like an average on the whole track of how wet it is? Full screen replays. Full screen replays. No black bars. We have a Gran Turismo 7 watermark, but that's all I think they needed to do. See, look at that. It's drying up. There's not much spray. And there's your dry line. Bang. Look at that. That's dry line clear as day. Oh, that is cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, lovely. That's cool. It sure is. This is going to end up going longer than 2 hours, isn't it? Alright, this is weird to me. I guess this is for people that like their cars and like their music. I'm not a huge music person. I like songs. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a muso. The only thing I can think of that this would be useful to me for is like in videos and stuff. I can create like a dynamic thing by using the music replay, because obviously I'll just mute the music in my I'll just mute the music in the video. And for those of you that can't hear this, it's a Flight of the Bumblebee. So this particular feature, I don't think it's going to be that interesting to me, because for the most part, I'm probably going to turn the music off. The music they picked was so strange. I know. I was listening to it just like, what? Is this just like Gran Turismo or 100% shit posting this? Of course, it's Flight of the Bumblebee. I mean, they could have picked Rick Astley. They could have Rickrolled us. See, I wish you could hear it. You can't hear this, because I don't want to get a copyright strike. But I think that's just a feature to kind of... I've been longing for a Barbra Streisand camera. Oh, wait, look at this. Watch this. Look at the water as we're going on the edge of the curb where there's a puddle. Look at that. How cool is that? Bit of understeer there. That Mercedes looks good. So I don't really have that much to say about all this. It's just a lot of marketing speak for our controller is going to give you feedback. You can kind of, especially in the wet, you can feel on the wheel when the front tires disconnect, but yeah, not in the dry so much. Because I've got the Sony Pulse 3D headphones, so I can experience this. If the music stops, I can probably turn this up for you. Just a lot of marketing jargon for saying it's just gonna recreate how sound travels in real life. So I can put this on this bit. Listen to this. Listen to the rain sounds. So I think that's a good feature to actually sort of hear where the sound is coming from. And I've got those headphones on right now. It's just plugged in with an aux cable, so I'm not getting the full experience. And I can already sort of hear it as the car goes past. It kind of transfers from the right earpiece to the left earpiece. And this is the tuning. The tuning is not my thing. I don't enjoy tuning. Hopefully they bring back lobby voice chat. Oh, no. I can probably safely say that lobby voice chat will not be coming back. Because I think you can just do your PS party chat, and just talking to randos on the internet is a bit how you going these days. Oh, well, hang on. So this is what I was talking about before. I think, look, tuning's not my thing, but we are going to talk about it. 76 Porsche 01. Engine model. Why is it telling us an engine model? The only reason I would think of why it's telling us an engine model is that it's going to, you're going to be able to change it. We have a lot more information as well, which I find pretty interesting to me, like weight distribution, lots nitro, misspelt. Look at that, Nitor. I'm assuming it's supposed to say nitro. Let's see if that makes it into the official game. Yeah, engine swap. There's been a little bit of speculation. It's not confirmed, by no means confirmed, but like engine model, why would it be telling us an engine model if it can't be changed? You know, I should put a disclaimer. Don't take anything I say as gospel. Don't take it as if I know anything, because I don't. I'm just purely speculating, extrapolating with what we've been given here. But yeah, unless I'm completely wrong and we look up what engine the 1966 Volkswagen 1200 actually had, and if it tells us it's got an M96 76 Porsche engine in it, then maybe we'll be completely wrong. But it's just a little bit of speculation there, and there's a lot more stuff here. Like, we've got supercharger options, intake and exhaust, brakes, so much more, air cleaner, silencer, exhaust manifold, braking system. Like, there's so much. And it's a 2001 engine. A 2001 engine in a 1966 Beetle doesn't make sense to me. So, like, you know, I think there's reason to speculate, but I don't think we should get our hopes up, because maybe this is a custom car available to purchase and it already has the engine in it. So I don't think we should get our hopes up and say, yes, we've got engine swaps, but there's good reason to speculate, and I can understand those that do speculate. I can understand why you would. I mean, look at all this. Look at all this extra stuff you've got to tune. Tuners are going to have a field day. And then look at the difference in performance now. This is the stock version here, and this is the tuned version. I put all the performance upgrades on. Oh, actually, I just realised I can absolutely turn this sound on. That tune beetle just rides a lot better. You can tell. And then more tuning. See, this isn't my thing. This doesn't interest me, putting a massive wang on a car. I definitely prefer stock vehicles over tuned, but I don't know. Maybe I will investigate a bit. That is so ugly. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm offending anyone, but that is the ugliest front splitter I've ever seen. You know, sorry, but it is. That particular one, that Type B. See, look, changing the wheels I can probably get behind. Look at all the paint. My God. Oh, it tells you the, Is this the manufacturer that had the paint color? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Oh. I don't know what I did there. Look at this. Look at the animation. That's going to become a very infamous animation, I reckon. And it sounds like they're like pulling on rubber. Alright, who was talking about carbon before? Carbon fiber? Who was talking about the carbon fiber? Trying to find the comment. Someone was wondering about carbon fiber. But, carbon twill. Look. It looks like it's going to be... It's under paint type. Carbons. So, I think you can get a carbon fiber body in the paint shop. Which I think is going to be a lot better than GT Sport. Because if I recall correctly, you have to do graphics for carbon fiber, right? Yay, carbon! There we go. The livery editor looks vastly upgraded too. These animations are quite cheesy, aren't they? It doesn't really bother me in particular, but it's just So Gran Turismo. So very Gran Turismo. Now, the Scapes I find interesting. That makes me cringe. Because think about what he'd be doing in real life. He'd be turning around and pointing a camera up at a green screen. It's okay, though. Gorgeous car, that one. Look at that. That looks very cool, that little car there. Nice. Changing oil, am I spelling microtransactions? No, it'll be in-game currency. I think the oil change was like 50 credits or something. Although I would not be... Oh! That photograph there... I could only dream of trying to make a photograph like that. Like, they get the reflection perfect. All this... Oh, that is gorgeous, that photo. Absolutely gorgeous. That's just beauty. Absolute beauty. Even that looks like it could be a poster. Yeah, the Scape edits of the Super and Viper give me early 2000s vibes. It's just, oh, beautiful, hey. See, I like this. I love taking photos of the races I've done. So this is kind of like the activity feed in GT Sport. Oh. That's cool. Have we seen that car before? Have we seen that one before? See, stuff like that, I would drive that around for days. Beautiful, eh? If there's no music on this, I'll turn it up. Oh, there's gonna be music. See, this is that music stuff again. It doesn't do it for me, but I'm sure there's gonna be players out there that like this sort of stuff. Look at the other gauges down here. They're moving ever so slightly. I don't know if GT Sport did that too, but watch this oil gauge here. So they're sort of simulating a lot more. See, I don't know if that did change in GT Sport. Maybe it did, and I'm just flat out wrong. See, I wish I could just turn this up. But the music And then what's this? Is this the music replay now? I honestly hope they add engine swaps. I think, yeah, like I said, there's good reason to speculate it could be a thing, but, you know, there's no confirmation yet. There's no confirmation yet. Well, there you go. They've confirmed the release date again, so I will literally eat my hat if it gets I'll eat my hat if it ends up getting delayed now. Because that's it. That's it. That's not realistic. No one spun at the start. AI, mate. So, Smokescreen. Yes, Godzilla. What does it mean your first used car you purchase? Ooh. Well, from the way they made it sound, you get given a small amount of credits and you start with like a Toyota Aqua or a Mazda Demio. So, probably one of those. But I think I'll answer your question fairly. What's the first car I would purchase because I want to purchase it? Probably the DeLorean. Easily the DeLorean, actually. Yeah, the DeLorean was a surprise. A big surprise for me. I'm going to try and... Where's that? There we go. Sorry, it's hard to type on a cracked screen. No, you're fine. There she is. It'll be that. The first car I would want to actually gain... the first car I'd actually want to try and work my way up to purchasing is probably the DeLorean. Because I think we're all going to start with like 10,000 credits or something and probably have to buy a Mazda Demio or the Toyota Aqua. But yeah, lots of new information in there. The wet weather looks very promising as well. So I'm looking forward to that. It looks like dynamic time of day, day-night transitions, drying racing line. We don't know exactly how that will work, but they have confirmed a dry line. What else? 400 cars, new features, improved graphics on PlayStation 5, new tracks. So overall, it looks like a really, really big improvement on GT Sport. So I'm probably going to wrap this up shortly, but if anyone wants to talk about anything in particular, do put it in chat now and we'll have a look. Because it's nearly 1 PM here, so 1 in the afternoon, right on lunchtime, and I'm absolutely starving. But we'll stay on for a little bit longer. If there's anything in particular we want to talk about, chuck it in chat now. That's all good. Night Light, g'day, welcome to the stream. help my driving skill when this game comes out. Did someone say KFC? I know, a bit of cricket, say, Smitty. Help your driving. I think, all right, why not? I'm going to run through my tips for trying to help yourself improve. The first thing you have to get clear is you have to know what you want to do. You're not going to improve unless you want to improve. Because if you just want to drive around and sort of, oh, I hope I can get better, but not really focus on it, you're probably not going to get better. But if you focus on it, learn to take critiques. So critique yourself, let others critique you. It can be hard to start off with, people criticizing you, but you have to learn to take it on board as constructive criticism, and they're trying to help you. That's the goal of, ultimately, constructive criticism is there to help you. So sort of allow yourself to critique yourself, let others critique you, especially faster drivers. The faster drivers are the ones you learn from. The other thing I can recommend is getting involved with some faster players. Like I talk to like Amazing Hour, Twitchy, Matthew McEwen, like really fast drivers. I talk to them sort of day to day. And I often find myself sort of in party chats with them and they give me tips, so I learn to get faster. Don't be afraid when you end up in a lobby with a load of drivers that are faster than you, even if you qualify at the back. Being in a race with faster drivers is a very, very good way to learn to get better, because you learn to push yourself to try and beat the other drivers, and by doing so, you get faster because they're faster than you. And then watch content creators. So Super GT was the one that started it for me. I watched his videos and he was very quick on controller. And we're lucky to get telemetry sort of in the Gran Turismo UI, so it's always on the screen. So look at how they're controlling their throttle and how they're controlling their brake into corners. You can see the steering input. Like, focus on the telemetry and then just try and replicate it. And also on the top 10 star leaderboards, you get replays of the top 10 fastest times, so you can look at that and try to replicate what they're doing. But they're my tips to trying to get faster. But it seems everyone's pretty GT7'd out, so I might wrap this one up then. Really, really good viewership for this as well. I'm really happy with that. So thanks to everybody for interacting with chat and watching along and getting to pull apart this massive new gameplay showcase that we have. And ultimately, I'm extremely hyped. Very, very hyped for GT7. I've got time off work for it. So that's time off work even. So that's pretty good. I'm looking forward to sinking my teeth down into it. But unless anyone else has anything to say, I'm probably going to wrap this one up here. So I'll give you a little opportunity to type in what you want to type. But otherwise I'm going to end it in about a minute. No, it seems we're all done. Alright, I'm going to wrap this one up here. I do thank every single person for jumping in chat and watching. It was a really, really good stream. Lots of engagement. And it was really fun to have a look and pull apart that showcase. Oh, no worries, Nightlight. Happy to help out. Happy to help out. Yeah, watching content creators is one of the best things you can do, I reckon. As long as you're watching it in order to try and copy what they're doing and taking notice of what they do and what they're thinking. Yeah, no worries. All right, well, that's going to finish up this stream. I do thanks every single person in chat for watching and interacting, and I look forward to GT7, as I'm sure a lot of you do too. But that's going to finish up this stream today, and that means that is it from me. So once again,